Okay, we're good. All right, give me one spark plug or whatever.
The new one or the old one?
Yeah, the old one.
Both?
Give me one old one and give me one
Where's
new one.
the old one?
The old one, I don't know where it's at, to be honest.
What's the name?
Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know where the old one's at.
It should have been on top of that rag right there.
Nope.
No? Dang, where did Daddy leave it?
Oh shit, those are new.
Yeah, those are new. Be careful. I like how you're just crushing every single one. Damn, man, where did I leave it? Oh, here it is. I got it.
Here's a new one.
All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be changing out the spark plugs on this 6.2 liter. And I already kind of jumped the gun and just try to, tested it out first, see what I got to take off, what are the proper steps. So, very first step is you take off your intake, which is right there, and also that little box right there. And all it is basically some 5/16 with those clamps. So you just unbolt those, and that should come right off. Once you get that off, you're gonna have your throttle body exposed, and then you can see all the spark plugs. Well, the top spark plugs, which are 8 on the top, and then I'll get onto the bottoms. But for right now, I'm just gonna show you how to do the top ones. And okay, so very first step to take these out, and it's gonna be a little tedious, so take your time. Don't freaking be like me and drop a bolt under there, which I already did. But thankfully, I had a magnet. I used this little deal and I fished it out. Okay, first things first is take out your boot. I actually got one right here. Let me put it back on so I can show you the whole thing. Okay, first things first is you take off this little wire first. And it, just take your time. Comes right off, no big deal. Okay, next step is to remove this connector. And what's really neat about this is that you don't really have to use any force whatsoever. So grab yourself a little teeny tiny flathead screwdriver. And I'm not sure if you can pick that up, but there's, it's freaking hot. Okay, whatever. There's a little red tab right there. All you got to do is pretty much pry it open like that. And hold on. Hey, come here.
What?
Hold the camera. Hold the camera right there. Can you get up?
Yeah.
Just hold it right there. All right, cool. Oh, right there, a little bit lower. All right, we're good. So here's a little red tab. You kind of just pry it up a little bit, and this will come right off. Next step, you become a little bit more lower. There's going to be another tab, a little black one. So get in there, pry it up just a tad bit, and that thing will come right off, just like so. And here's the tab I'm talking about right there. Just pry it up, comes right off. Hey, after you do that, you grab yourself a 5/16, and then you just kind of take it off. Come on. Okay. Let me get this freaking flathead out of my way. Take it off. All right. Don't let this fool you. Just because it comes off doesn't mean it's completely off. So be very careful. You just make sure it comes off. Make sure it's you unbolt it excessively. Take it out and be careful not to drop it in there. Take that sucker out. Okay. And then just remove this little connector for the coil pack aside. Kind of just twist it, and it'll come right off. And that's it. Okay, well, dang, there's dirt in there. Whatever. All right, put that aside. And then for the spark plug itself, really simple. You are going to need one special tool for this, though. And that is a 5/8 with a little rubber boot. So, and what that boot is for those that do not know, is that if you use a regular socket without that rubber boot, when you take out your spark plug, it's just going to pretty much like come out because it's like that. It won't grab anything. So that rubber boot it creates like a little seal like so, and now when you take it out, it doesn't come right off. So I highly recommend getting this. You could get by it with just using it without that, but I wouldn't recommend it. Or you can be a little creative and just put like some electrical tape, and it should give you the same results. But nonetheless, if you have the opportunity to buy it, go ahead and buy it. It'll just save you a lot of time. Okay, and then I'm going to use like 2 extensions, a 6-inch and a little 3-inch, like so. Okay, and do not put your wrench on top or your ratchet on top of this yet. Just kind of just want to get the feel for it and make sure you get the threads right. So just very slowly get in there, and you'll feel it like it hits. You can just kind of just pretty much feel it. That's good to go. And get your ratchet. I know this is a little overkill, but I'm just using this one to break them loose, and then I'm torquing them down with this little one, so don't freak out over that. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Take your time. Don't. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Came right off. And after, you know, like a couple full turns, you should be able to take it off. And then just take it off by hand. There we go. Hold on, this might take a while, because just bear with me 1 second. It's hot right now. I already burned myself. And make sure you kind of keep it vertical, just in case it doesn't want to, you know, for whatever reason, come like break it or whatever. So here it is, completely off. All right, here we go. I'm gonna fish it out. Check it out. Here we go. And it was time for a spark plug change, because the old one, you can see that there is no. I want to give you a better angle. Let me get out of this deal. Oh gosh. Okay. Show right here on the white. So there's gonna be, or there should have been. Where's the little white? There it is. All right. So here's the old one, and here's the new one. And the main difference is, well, you can tell it's obviously the burn, but there's an electrode right there that is missing on. That's hot. Okay, it's missing an electrode, so therefore it's been burned off, and it is time for a spark plug change. But other than that, here's a new one, and we're about to put this on. And again, same process applies. Just put it on your 5/8, just like so. Okay, make sure, you know, make sure it doesn't come off. All right, then let's come over here. And then just slowly fish it in there, and slowly turn it. And you can feel it right away when it's cramping on. There we go. Come on. There you go. Once it stops, grab your other extension. Okay, just slowly, just turn it till it stops, and you feel it. Once it stops, just give it one more turn, and you're good. That's all you got to do. After that, just repeat the process on all these, and then after this, we'll dive into the bottom.
Test it.
Yeah, testing, whatever. We just put it in my back pocket or whatever.
Hold on. Because all those wires are gonna fall out.
All right, we're good. All right, let's do this. All right, so the bottom spark plugs are by far the hardest. Okay, so to take them out, you know, I'm not gonna say it's simple, because it's really not. But the trick here is to use, like I said, that special 5/8 with that rubber gasket, and you know, make sure that's, you know, whenever you do take them out, it doesn't fall or whatever. And the tools that I used for this application was a swivel, a universal, whatever you want to call it, a little 3-inch extension, a 6-inch, a 1/4-inch ratchet, and a 3/8 ratchet. And if it gets a little too complicated, I broke out the 1/2-inch, you know, just to break them out. But you don't really got to use all this. Nevertheless, there is really no trick to this. Just make sure, you know, with all those combination of tools, Just use them wherever needed, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I got them all installed except one far one in the back. The last one, which was that, just heads up, that's what the most complicated, just because, you know, it's so far in and you have so much limited space. But that one shouldn't, you know, I did take it out, but it took me about freaking 15 minutes. And here it is, just to show you. Old one, I'll put the new one on, and like I said, it's really simple. Just put it back in, like so. Make sure that's seated properly. And when you're threading them in, do not thread them in like, you know, in one shot, or don't use too much force, or else you might de-thread them, and then that's going to be a big problem. But, you know, just take your time. I'll put that one in real quick. After this, I'm going to start it up, let it run a little bit, and then that'll pretty much end the video. So let me get to it. Okay, the truck's on, and man, she is purring like a kitten now. In the beginning, it was kind of like stuttering a little bit, the engine. You could, you know, when you're on the stoplight, you can all of a sudden just feel like the RPMs drop a little bit, fluctuate, but, you know, I guess it's okay because it says 60 grand on the odometer, but nonetheless, I got them installed, and they were, I mean, actually they weren't too bad, as people said on YouTube. Man, yeah, they are kind of, I don't know if my small little hands have much to do with it, but for the most part, it wasn't too bad. Just, you know, make sure you have the right tools, use them wherever you need them, you know, like the swivels, extensions, and whatnot. But nonetheless, here they are, and next step on this thing is going to be the transmission fluid, but that's going to be till the next video. So with that, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up, and until next time, I'll see you later.